If you want to even say something and you're like, maybe don't put this in, and say then if it comes out, totally fine. Keep it super relaxed. You have alcohol with you? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much for doing the 4th episode of Ladies Poop 2. And I actually had somebody DM me. I had a lady DM me, and she said, can you talk about what it's like being a single mother out there in the dating world? And I'm like, well, here's a problem. I am single, but I'm not a mother. If you consider my 2 stormtroopers that I have, like stuffed animal stormtroopers, as me being a mother, then sure. This is a good opportunity for me to interview 2 women who are single mothers and dating.
Our numbers on the bottom.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to? This person that DM'd me was just really curious. She's newly single. She's scared to be a newly single mother out there in the dating scene, and she's just like, I don't even know where to start. But let's ease into those misconceptions. Like, what is the biggest challenge that you guys have faced as being single mothers and dating?
Schedule with the girls going with their dad.
Yeah,
just kills everything.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty fortunate. Mine is just finding the right one. But I mean, I guess mother or not, that's a problem. But
yeah,
it's even more of a problem because you want to make sure you're bringing the right person home to your child.
Right. And so does having kids sort of like change the type of men that you go for? Like change the type of men?
Oh God, I wish, but no.
So you're not picky. You're just kind of like go for it. You're like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah, I mean, well,
no, I'm picky.
And I get the whole
like, do you have a house? Do you have a job? What's your credit score? Like, I understand now why these things are important. Because I'm like, wait, I need somebody who's actually got his stuff together. So,
got it.
It's not being picky. It's more so just you're not going to be as quick to bring them home, or you don't tolerate it as much.
When you meet these men, like let's say you meet them out at a bar or something or at whatever, and you're vibing really well, does it come up in conversation? Like, you know, like
kids?
About kids, yeah. Like, do you hold back, or do you just kind of say like
I'm not like, oh hi, my name's Samantha, I have 2 kids.
But like I have a friend, every time we go out and a guy tries to sit on her, she's like, I have 2 kids. And I'm like, that's not how you open up.
Yeah, I don't open with it, but if it's going well, I'm like, by the way, you need to just, because why waste your time? Like as a parent, I can't waste my time with somebody who's not interested in somebody with kids. So
absolutely. How long does it take for you guys to, let's say you are kind of talking to somebody, somewhat seriously. When do you guys feel most comfortable introducing them?
I've been dating a guy 2 years and he still hasn't met my son.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then I also dated someone 3 months and they met them right away. So it really all depends. I mean, well, lesson learned with the first guy, it was too soon. And then now it might be too long.
Yeah, it's not even as much as time. I think it's just like you need to make sure you guys get along. You get along with his friends. He gets along with your friends. You need to just hit all the bases before bringing them that close. Because I dated somebody that I brought too close with my kids too soon. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it led to me staying with him longer than I needed to. And it was just, if I would have actually dated him before introducing him, I would have saved myself a lot of time.
When you started to feel ready, like when you started to be like, oh, that guy's kind of cute. Like, was there a fear? Because that's what I do. But was there a fear there?
Because you never know, especially I have girls. I'm like, you don't know who you're bringing around your kids. And then everybody has to approve of them. Because at the end of the day, like, you're bringing them around. My ex saw their dad during holidays or their birthdays. And it's just a lot. You have to worry about what other people are going to think as much as you shouldn't worry about what other people are going to think.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest questions that I get from guys are like, oh, how's your relationship with their dad? And I'm like, relax. Like, it's about us.
I know.
Like, they're fine. Their dad's fine. We're good.
He's okay. Thanks for asking.
But they need to be okay with the fact that, like, he's going to be calling me, or he's going to be at holidays, he's going to be at birthdays. I'm going to have a relationship with him. Sometimes they come with stuff too. Like, I swear, guys think like it's only the girls. I'm like, you guys aren't all that easy when you have kids either. Like, I think guys are also so worried about, like, oh, you're looking for a dad for your kids. Like, no, not necessarily.
yeah.
I'm raising my kids. I want a guy who's gonna make me happy for my kids, but I don't need somebody to raise my kids.
Yeah, I always feel that's a misconception with the guys that I date too. Like, I don't need a dad. He has a dad. I need you to be there for me and support me, supporting my child.
As a single mom, like I don't think you should feel bad for like, putting your kids as number one, regardless of like.
No, definitely.
Dating, I find
and
that
that's why you need to find a guy who's okay with like, oh, if this is what it is, then I'm willing to wait, or I'm willing to put in the work to prove to you that I'm good enough to meet your kids.
It was a friend of mine. I told him like the episode I was doing. He was just like, yeah, that must be tough. I would be, upset because like they wouldn't prioritize me, and I'm like, no shit, because they're not. They're not your mother. Is that what some guys don't understand? Is that like?
Oh, I've experienced that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a priority, intimately, and let me give my kids to, so and so for the weekend so that we can go away to Puerto Rico. You're still making time for them. You're still making them a priority. It's just in a different way.
Yeah.
Obviously, like as women, we have things that make us feel sexy. Like, what do you do for yourself that makes you like milk material?
I just work out. I love running and bike riding, and
Nice.
I work out. Yeah, I think it's a good night out, like getting dressed.
Yeah, when you dress up, you go with your girls, and you're like, oh. Especially when we have like 25-year-olds hitting on us, and I'm like, damn, I can do this, and I have 2 kids.
Yes.
Girlfriends help so much, like getting you out there, and like they help you with like, oh, you're just gonna date, like you don't have to settle for anything, like you don't have to worry about like forcing things, and they help you like make things fun, and it's like, oh, you can actually take things slow and do it the right way, and if you ever feel like, oh, that didn't work out, you can just go vent to your friends and make things easier.
I think it's tough. Like for me, it's so easy to go out and just do whatever. And I'm thinking like, what if I actually had a child with me or a kid with me? There's your mind changes, like your priorities change a little bit, and it doesn't just become about you and about them. It becomes about, is he gonna accept all of me, like all of this. What advice would you give to newly single moms? But when you feel ready to date, like what is the advice to give them?
Don't rush.
Yeah, have fun.
Like I definitely regret jumping right into a relationship after thinking just like, oh, I'm never gonna find a guy to accept me and my kids and like get along with my kids and know somebody. And I'm just like, now I'm finally realizing, wait, there's more guys out there. There's more that I can get to know guys slowly and actually see, and maybe something will work out.
Thank you for doing the 4th episode of Ladies Poop 2. I hope everybody has become a little bit more educated on how ladies poop.
Get 'em, girl.
Get 'em. I hope all the single guys watching. I hate myself. I really do. Oh my God. Well, that's definitely the last time I do a show intoxicated. This is why I love talking to different ladies with different perspectives, especially on topics and experiences that I myself can become more educated on. Sam and Danielle could not have said it any better. The best advice they could give to newly single mothers out there in the dating scene is to take it slow, have fun, and eliminate that fear that no one's gonna want you just because you have a kid. And hey, you know what? If they don't accept it, they don't want it, then they ain't it. Thank you guys again for watching the 4th episode of Ladies Poop 2. If you have any questions, suggestions, ideas for topics for the next show, please email me or DM me. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's make it happen. Tune in next time. I'll be talking to 2 new ladies, and the topic is going to be casual sex, how it affects us negatively, but also how it affects us positively.